Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have even more back-to-back PlayStation and Xbox, just kind of like their internal fights going on over here. Because as of right now, it's almost kind of them trying to compete against who's going to be the winner of this next upcoming console generation. Now, right now, it does kind of seem like the PlayStation 5 is going to be winning either way, but now Xbox is coming out with really big claims. Phil Spencer himself, the CEO and that big boy head honcho, is now claiming that basically PlayStation just wants to go and take out Xbox, and that's how they want to go and grow their system. They don't want to necessarily have a back and forth, and they're kind of growing together. Phil Spencer's claiming right now with this big drama bomb that they basically are trying to have just more so kind of leverage down this instead of it just going to be like this, where maybe one's maybe potentially growing a little bit quicker. Now, these are some kind of crazy big statements too, because this has been all around back and forth drama when it comes to all of these, well, like legal things, Call of Duty things, Activision acquisitions, and everything in between. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the statements, talk about what's going on now, and all the brand new drama. And as well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Xbox Series X, or $500 cash. You have all the brand new Samsung SSDs that are currently on a mega sale right now, also linked down below. Good for your Xbox, PC, or PlayStation 5. Click on those links and check them on out. And of course, the Twitter and Twitch room down below, and Amazon Target links too as well. So let's go and dive into the video itself. So first and foremost, we were seeing this big drama still. I'm sure you guys have seen me make videos on it, seen articles on it, seen tweets about it, or whatever it may go and be. Basically, Phil Spencer himself claims that PlayStation wants to grow right now by making Xbox actually a smaller company. And like I said, that was kind of like a good example of, in a normal gaming industry, to have it be like, maybe one's winning a little bit more, but they're still kind of growing, they're still expanding, they're still getting new player bases, and as more and more people come to gaming, whether it's from mobile, whether it's from the cloud, whether it's just from people just kind of growing up and seeing people on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, and they want to play in games themselves, yeah, that's fine, it could both grow together. But the bigger thing is that Phil Spencer is basically saying, yeah, PlayStation's going to go up and we're going to go down because they want to maintain these really big, either first market mover things, such as their deal with Call of Duty, where they essentially get Call of Duty like early access. They get Call of Duty when it gets like these early exclusive characters. They get extra DLCs. They get all the stuff in between. And then Xbox basically gets nothing. And they're trying to push and say like, hey, we have all these cool deals and we have all these cool studios, but it's just not enough. So as I mentioned, Phil Spencer is claiming now that PlayStation wants to grow by making Xbox shrink and get smaller. The executive continued the war of words over Microsoft's acquisition of the Blizzard acquisition. So in the latest war of words, which is kind of a nifty, kind of nerdy way to go and call this, over its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Microsoft's gaming CEO has now claimed that Sony's plan for growth is to make Xbox smaller. So Phil Spencer made the comments during an interview with the Second Request podcast, where the executive claimed that Sony was the one major opposer to the Microsoft Activision deal. Now, I do want to go and note is that there are other really big companies that have on legal record, so it's not me just saying this or whatever, on proper court filings. Other huge companies such as Apple and Google, etc., have actually made some skeptical claims on this Activision acquisition deal. So it's not only PlayStation first and foremost. So that's why I don't like whenever, like, it's just how it is. It's true. It's literally in the court docs. It's true. But I do want to also say, he probably just speaking more like facetiously, saying it's mainly Sony, and it is mostly Sony. It is the big one. Everyone else is a little bit more on the smaller side. Just giving you guys a little extra details. But it does definitely seem like Sony's like, don't make this go through. Please, everyone, please, don't do this. Which makes sense. Basically, Sony's trying to protect its dominance on the console. The way they grow is by basically making Xbox smaller. And that mindset's kind of thinking like, we have 100 million console users. And we'll maybe use that reference just roughly because of the Switch is a little bit over 100 million. So that means that maybe you have, let's say, 30 million that go to PlayStation, 20 million that go to Xbox. Okay, cool. Then you have that kind of split ratio over there of like people who would potentially do this, and I'm sure there's some folks who maybe go to PC. So they're basically trying to say, hey, of that, say, 30 million, let's try to make our PlayStation 5 35 million. Then let's have Xbox go down from 20 to maybe 15. Now that is like a proper somewhat way to grow, but it also kind of seems like Xbox, if they're legitimate in what they're saying, they more so want to have the pot more so just go and everyone kind of stays the same, and then the pot goes to 120 total million, and then either way, then PlayStation gets a few million, Xbox gets a few million, the Switch, the PC markets get a few million, and I'm kind of more on that viewpoint. I probably seem a little bit maybe biased on PlayStation a lot because I do a lot of PlayStation videos. But like at the end of the day, if everyone wins, that is a better win for everyone. More competition, more games, more money to be spent in making games, developing games, and maybe better DLCs and maybe better workers' rights for the people making the games, like the developers, etc. I'm cool with that. They say Sony has a very different view of the industry than we do. They don't ship their games day and date on PC, which is true. They are slowly getting more acclimated to that and pushing towards their games a little bit quicker, as we saw with Returnal coming over to PC, etc., Spider-Man, God of War. Makes sense. But same thing with, well, Xbox, they literally do day one Game Pass games. Like Halo was available day one on Game Pass on PC, which is, you gotta give them some pretty decent credit for that one. But they basically also put their games into subscription services, which is also another perk for Xbox. And the PS Plus is kind of mediocre at the end of the day. And it makes sense too. I mean, like, it does seem like they want people to not really enjoy these perks. And it does kind of seem like a lot of folks will probably switch over, especially if Call of Duty and all these other big Activision games are included into Game Pass itself. It does make a lot of sense. The ongoing battle over the deal that would see Microsoft take the reins of the games industry's largest third-party publisher has encountered significant pushback from both Sony and regulators as well, both in the UK and America. As we kind of covered on the channel, on Thursday, US regulators said it was attempting to block the $69 billion deal because it believed it would enable Microsoft to suppress competitors to its Xbox consoles and its subscription content and cloud gaming business. And that really is like the best other side is PlayStation Plus would probably be a little bit even less of a good deal. But in theory, like, why not throw some games like God of War on there for the $20 deal? That game was a 30-hour game. Like, in theory, most people can't do a 30-plus hour game plus, and that's not even me 100%ing it. I did do a decent bit of side stuff, but not that much. Guess what? That would have been another $40. If someone takes longer, it could already be $60 and the game was paid for. 80 or maybe even longer as time goes on. Or if someone's new to the PlayStation ecosystem, they can make more money back over time. I mean, a year that's $240, it's not bad. So saying Sony is leading the dialogue around why the deal shouldn't go through to then protect its dominant position of the consoles. So the thing is, they grab onto his Call of Duty, Spencer told Second Request. And it does make sense because I've said this before, Jim Ryan wants to protect the brand. But it is crazy too because it's just like, I don't know, I'm not really sure if Phil Spencer's take, I mean, I would trust his opinion a lot, which is why we're making this video. But I don't know. I just feel like PlayStation, we just all know it's for their exclusive games. Call of Duty, yeah, it's a nice bonus, but at the end of the day, I don't know how big of an impact, and this kind of goes for both comments. I'd actually love to see, like, a few years after this deal, if it goes through. Because, like, is it actually a big, like, is it going to actually falter sales a lot? Is it going to actually bring up a lot more Xbox sales? I could definitely see Game Pass going up for sure, but I'm curious more on the consoles themselves, if PlayStation will be affected, or if Xbox themselves would also be affected, if it actually does go through. The largest console maker in the world raising an objection about the one franchise that we said will continue to ship on the platform. It's a deal that benefits customers through choice and access. Which, once again, I do keep on leaning towards that being not a bad idea. I don't think I'm fully against it. Like, I think I'm almost 100% cool with them getting the deal. But at the same time, I want it to be able to be accessible forever. Like, 10 years isn't really that long in the grand scheme of gaming and gaming industries. That could always technically go and change or not renew or, breach contracts or whatever. But it is really kind of crazy because it does seem like Phil Spencer is calling out PlayStation. It does kind of seem like, hey, like, we're trying to be cool. We're trying to be chill. And that's kind of been the vibe we keep getting. And it seems like they're getting more and more and more pushback. Like, Xbox was like at the start saying, yeah, we're going to be good, good little boys of the gaming world. And now as time goes on, they're kind of being like, hey, like, my dudes, what's going on here, PlayStation? Like, you're trying to go and make us get smaller. We don't like your business practices. We don't like what you're doing. All this put together is getting a little bit sketchy. It's getting a little bit rough. And as the PlayStation, obviously, they want to save money because they don't have to make a new game. They also want to make more money by keeping Call of Duty. So, I mean, it does make sense of why and why not they're doing it, but it is all over the place. Like, it really is a big, big fight back and forth. So it does kind of seem like this one too, is that because it is like one of the best-selling games over here with this, it's all over the place. And a lot of these big kind of analysts keep on saying that they, it might not actually go through. Like, it's kind of iffy. We don't really know. Even though Nintendo's on board, PlayStation still really isn't at the end of the day. And it's kind of crazy to see these kind of comments and people calling out and these back and forths and all these legal claims, because it's just like, this is probably one of the biggest gaming dramas we've seen in a very long time as we keep on getting these day-to-day updates with all these legal cases. But Leave me your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $5 giveaway. All the brand new Samsung links down below for all the SSDs currently on sale, so click on those and check those on out. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We have the Amazon links and Target links too. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.